Hi folks, right, rummaging in the loft yesterday, as one does, I found a box, oh you can see it, shoebox full of old trees, and I've done that. These are the old, I think they were Merit, the old railway trees. You can see a nice little, what does it show, nice little sort of root base. If I pull up a base, actually, will it come up? 2 seconds. Oops, yeah. So what we get is like a base like that, and then just a plastic tree that pushes in, and then we end up with what we got. Yeah, something like, he says put up something like that. Now I'm thinking I want to bring these into the modern era, perhaps bring these into the 19th century. Yeah, that's a joke, of course, but anyway, yeah, so I think it's time to get the newspaper out, the crafting table sorted, and get stuck in. I think I can improve these and make them look half tidy and very very usable for today. So I'm going to get set up, and I'll be back in a tick. Right, so what I'm going to do is I've got these, the tree bases were all bits of cardboard, very thin. That was how they were done in the day. So I'm going to rip them all off of these bases, and we'll sort some new bases out. So I'll get that all done and then get back to you. Right, that's got that all sorted. So what I'm going to do now is I've got some nice MDF bases. I've gone for the 50mm, same size I actually use for putting figures on, and liberally I'm using a kind of Evo stick type of glue. Not sponsored by Evo stick. But there we go, that's what we're doing. I'll stick this on, perhaps, let's see if we can get that sorted. Oh, a nice strong smell of Evo stick. Can't beat the smell of Evo stick in the morning. And we basically take the tree, take the base, and just, it goes on there quite nice. Yep. So there we go. I've already made a start, as you can see, on those. Just waiting for a more bases to come in before I could do this. So, yeah, there we go. Get these all stuck on and get these dried, and then get stuck in with sand and glue. That'll bed the roots on. Again, these are old plastic trees, so I'm not sure how the plastic will perform, because you know, plastic gets older, it does tend to break down. There we go, that's those 10 on bases, and I've got another 3 here on bases. That's what we've got. Oops, there we go. That's what we got on the bases. That's what they look like. So what have we got? 12, 13, 22, 23, 24. I've got 25 trees so far. The others were too badly damaged, I couldn't do anything with them. So I'll get those dry, and then I think we'll sort out the sand and glue before I start work on the trees. So I'll make some progress and then get back to you. Okay, there we go. Getting the glue sorted. So that's the trees all taken off the bases where I could. One's been glued on at some time, obviously it was broken, so I'll leave that one on. But so it's basically now, move those out of the way, sand and glue. Get the sand. There we go, sand, sand, sand. And I've watered it down a bit, I think. And I'm going to cover most of this base in a sort of a part watered down glue, because if PVA is too thick, obviously it repels, forms like a skin, and that will repel the sand, or doesn't work as well. And obviously this will help to hold the base, the plastic bases onto the circular MDF bases. So we'll put that in there, round and round she goes, and there we go. Nice little tree base. Wipe off the sides. I think I might keep those brown, but yeah, very nice little base, little tree base. So I'm gonna get set to and get all these sanded up, and I'll come back to you when I've got that finished. Right, as the bases are coming off or out the front of the heater, I'm now going to apply some nice dark brown paint on them. It's the First Earth Effect coat. I should put this all over. I'm not going to go over the sides, I'm going to leave the dark brown that's already on. I like that. So just get this done. As each one comes off in front of the heater, you can probably hear it blowing, or maybe not. It's pretty cold here today, so I'll put the blower on just to dry dry the glue. I know the plastic, but as long as they're not too close to the blower, it doesn't tend to melt them too much. Alright, I think that's everything. I'll just go around, just give it a little wipe. Yep, so there we go. That's the basic brown base. I'll put that on there. I've got another 20 odd to do, so I'll get those painted up and come back to you when that's finished. Right, so now the bases are dry, I'll get to with the dry brushing. Bit of dry brushing. I use a sort of dark orange. That's the first coat. Let's go over that. So we end up with a nice covering of dark orange. First dry brush, and then I normally let it dry, but where we go here, we use a peachy colour. That's the second dry brush. It's probably a bit wet, still the dark orange, but it'll give you an idea. And that's the dry brush finished. I just wipe off a bit around the sides. We don't want it going over the sides particularly. So I'll set to and get all of those 25, 26 dry brushed. I'll come back to you when that's finished. Okay, that's the bases are all done, all dry brushed, as you can see. So now time to set to. It's the old metal Quality Street antique block box. You don't get metal anymore, do you? They're all plastic, aren't they? So I've just got some basic white PVA, put a few bits and pieces around. There we go. And into the flock box. Just give it a little press. Helps to seal it on. And there we go. That's a lot of flock on there. I shall vary it anyway. So I'm going to get busy and flock all of these, and then I'll come back to you and show you the finished result. Right, that's tree's all finished, looking rather spiffing, I think. There we go, on the base. And, I brought them into the modern age, but we've still got plastic tree tops. So here, this is one of the, I managed to get a couple of new ones, well, new old ones, As I say, these are excuse me, as far as I know, these are merit from the 1960s and 1970s. So what I've come up with is some of the flock. It's Woodland Scenics flock, one of the soft crumb flocks, and I've coated the tree so we get a basic plastic tree and a tree with some flock on, and I think this really improves it. This one actually needs a bit more. I can see some spaces, but we've got another one here. Again, that's the plastic tree, and then we've got, so it's still the plastic base underneath, but just put some ordinary glue on and some scatter on, which makes it look, or gives it that foliage effect and not the plastic effect. So I'm going to get cracking on some of those and come back and show you when I've got somewhere, see what you think. Okay, so back in a tick. Well, there we go. That's my little trees all sorted out and ship shape and nice and Jim dandy. I think they look pretty good. They look like real trees now. By putting the flock on, I think it's made such a difference. Put a few figures there just so you can get an idea of the scale. If they show up, I'll just take the camera off the tripod. Come off, alright, yeah, there we go. So that's what we've got. They look pretty good. I don't know how high they are. Let me get a rule and have a look. Have we got a rule anywhere? No, we haven't. What we got? We're talking about 80 high. Yeah, about 80 millimeters. So pretty good, I think. Look, I don't know what you lot reckon, but I think that's looking a pretty good set of trees, cleaned up to how they started off. They fit well enough in the modern era, I think. Let's see. Figures are just to give a bit of scale, an idea of what we're talking about. Well, there we go. So hopefully that's 25 more trees revitalised for games. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching, and bye for now.